The Eastern Conference Semifinals, Game 1. The New York Knicks are coming off a dominating 4-game sweep in Round 1. Will their confidence finally be tested? Tonight, they go up against the Celtics. The opening game of the conference semifinals, up next.
The next stage of the Eastern Conference playoff battle begins here. Game 1 of the conference semifinals. You look at Boston. They really had to grind out wins in that first-round series. Do you think it wore them down at all?
It probably took a little out of them, but they don't have time to think about that. This is the postseason, and they'll be running on adrenaline.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Patton. Then it's Castle. And it's Smalls in at the 3, the small forward.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Now, effort points by Turner, working hard inside, getting rewarded with some points.
Pass to Castle. Back to Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Up and over the defender with one hand. Outstanding.
Oh, yeah. Looked like the D had a good chance to cut him off until he made his move. Greg to the hoop. Count that bucket.
Well, at almost 7 feet tall, Turner is more than capable of scoring inside, especially when he goes up with confidence.
Now Castle, and stolen by Dillingham. And Flag throws it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And here's Boston. Pass to Valanciunas. Castle against Turner. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
To the right side. Valanciunas finds Castle. This ball movement by Boston. 5 on the clock. Valanciunas sets a screen for Castle. Oh, good with the triple. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And the slam dunk by Dillingham.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Castle with it to the wing right side, to the paint, and the layup's good off the glass.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. There's a good screen. Here's Cheeks, and he uses the glass on the layup. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Pass to Castle. 1:37 left here in the opening quarter. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
New York trailing. Cheeks from outside. It doesn't go for him. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And the foul on the monster. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's already his 2nd foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Here's a peek at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the top 3. Boston making a switch here. Cheeks is out there with Dillingham. Then there's Bailey. Then it's Fleming. And it's Flag in at the force line. That's the 5 for New York right now.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Posey up top. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Dillingham. Here's Fleming. Now, here's Cheeks. And a miss there on the triple. .137 left now here in the second. Down low. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Fleming. Fleming's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here is Forbes, defended by Cheeks. Out to the wing. Now here's Valanciunas. Defense is right there. Forbes the pass to Valanciunas. Here's Patton. Here's Posey. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Posey's got the lead up to 6 now for Boston.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Pass to Flag. Here is Forbes. He's got 7. It's hauled in by Cheeks.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
Throws it up high, and Flag throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Boston leading by 4. Here is Forbes. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Come on. There was very little resistance inside there from the defense. They have to be better.
To the middle, and Flag throws it down.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Fires from way outside. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Boston on top, up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the...
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Boston Celtics.
It's a coach's dream to see the ball whip around the floor like this. They're playing some selfless basketball. It's been a thing of beauty.
Stacking the dimes and buying bucks. And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series. I'm curious. You guys both played in a lot of playoff games. What's a game 1 like?
To me, it's the most important game of the series. A chance to come out strong, set the tone, Ernie, like getting everyone on notice. And game 1s are really the best chance for the underdog to sneak in and steal a win.
Yeah, you say that, Kenny, because you're the underdog around here. You better not be stealing nothing away from me. Stay away from my snacks. I'm the alpha.
And that about wraps it up.
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinals. Boston shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. On the court right now for the Celtics. Patton out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Castle. And it's Forbes in at point.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game. The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Celtics passing it around. Pass to Forbes. Out to the right wing. Here's Castle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And the foul on the Monster. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Boston leading by 4. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Rocking that rim. Jonas Valanciunas, the very big man from Lithuania.
Rebounded by Valanciunas. And the foul on the Monster. That's his 4th foul of the contest. James checked in for the Knicks. And so it's the Knicks with the win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Semis. The New York Knicks come in off a critical Game 1 win and are now poised and prepared as they attempt to take a 2-0 lead against the Celtics. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
The postseason continues to heat up here on 2K Sports. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals on the way.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. They've got Castle, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. To the inside. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Pass to Turner. Here's Cheeks. Beyond the arc. Valanciunas with a rebound. Back to Forbes. Now Castle. Pass to Patton. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Bailey. First quarter, just over a minute played.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected Cam? Here's Forbes. Pass to Castle. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points, closer in to the hoop.
Here's Cheeks. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
And here's Castle. Pass to Valanciunas. And here's Castle. 6 on the shot clock. Banked it in off the glass.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
New York trailing. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. New York working the ball around now. And here's Bailey for 3. Not going to go that time. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Castle outside. Pass to Patton. Back to Castle. On the wing, Forbes. Off the mark there with a 3. The Knicks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Castle. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner.
Great anticipation defensively. They were keyed in on him and ready to pounce.
Boston trailing. Pass to Forbes. Now here's Valanciunas. Back to Forbes. And he jams it home with authority.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Both teams will make substitutes. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Posey. That misses. Had a chance to tie it.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Flag is out there with Bailey. Then there's Dillingham. And it's Fleming in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
The Celtics making a switch here. Castle's checked in. New York on D. Pass to Forbes. Up top, Castle. Valanciunas sets a screen. Boston again missing.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Here's Cheeks. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Boston pushing it up now. Pass to Castle. That one's good. This game is all even. He's got 5.
You can tell Castle values the chance to set another guy up. He's not trying to do it all by himself out there.
Here's Cheeks. Drops in the 3.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Castle on the wing. Here's Forbes. 5 points in the game. Inside. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Nice decision by Castle. I mean, this guy is a great teammate.
New York has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Here's Cheeks. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Celtics trail by 3. Boston shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, guys, this is an exciting young player. Stephon Castle does a little bit of everything. He hustles, plays defense, got a national championship in college, so he is a winner, too.
The 3. Buries it from 3. Cheeks has got 12 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. New York out in front. They're up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Greetings, everybody.
You know what? They push the action, but also play within themselves. Show great execution.
And you know, that usually leads to a high field goal percent. And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series, that's it for us.
And welcome back, folks, for more Eastern Conference semifinal action. New York leading by 5. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Castle in at the 2. Yes, it's good.
The agility of Turner is huge in these pick and rolls. He's hard to prevent from scoring in these situations.
Here's Forbes. Down low. Valanciunas passes to Patton. Here's Forbes. The Knicks pull it in.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Takes a 3. Cheeks can't hit.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And he's going for the oop here. Here's Forbes. He's got 5. Valanciunas sets a screen. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And check out how in sync Valanciunas is with the ball handler. They've clearly practiced that move plenty of times.
Doubled by Castle. Pass to Dillingham. New York working the ball around now. And here's Bailey for 3. New York again can't hit.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
To the middle. The 3. Boston pulls it in. Valanciunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Snatched away. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Castle outside. Pass to Patton. Hits the trifecta. Give him 8 points now.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
The Knicks with the lead. Here's Cheeks. 12 points for him. Doubled by Castle. Here's Flag. Valanciunas with a rebound.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Castle outside. To the paint. Here's Forbes. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And first time out of the game called for Boston. James is checked in for Dillingham. And real quick, let's check out the field goal percentage leaders in the postseason. Stephon Castle 3rd, Ace Bailey 4th.
They've been both taking great shots. That's the efficiency you want in the postseason.
And that one misses. And the second free throw is good. New York has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Ball stolen. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. Intercepted. James with a steal. And here's Bailey for 3. He's off on that one.
He hasn't hit a single shot yet, but somehow as a team, they're getting it done.
Boston again missing.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Hodges. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And New York shooting only 39% so far in the game. Pass to Forbes for the lead. And it's New York with a rebound. Flagg's got his 5th rebound in this one. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They still need this. That shot off the mark. Boston has gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. Pass to Patton. Castle outside. With 4 on the clock. Can't hit that one.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And so this one belongs to the Knicks. And this win shows they have the momentum so far in this series.
Game 3, Eastern Conference Semifinals. The New York Knicks come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a 3rd straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Boston Celtics. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
Welcome to Game 3, everyone. We're at 2-0 right now in the series. Taking a look at New York. They have a real opportunity here to take total control of this series with the win here tonight.
And that would all but end it. When you've won the first 2 games, you know that victory in Game 3 all but punches your ticket to the conference finals.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Flag is out there with Bailey. Then it's Dillingham. Then it's Cheeks. And it's Turner in at the center. The basket good off the assist from Cheeks. Turner's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Knicks. Forbes the pass to Patton. Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Turner. Valanciunas, good. Here's Cheeks. About a minute played so far here in the first. Now Dillingham. Here's Flagg. Cheeks from outside. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Here is Forbes. Turner covering. Here's Smalls from outside off the mark. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Cheeks. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Over to the wing. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. His three-pointers off the mark. Now Castle. Pass to Valanciunas. And it's sent back by Turner.
Turner using every inch of his length to protect the rim. Denied.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Patton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. Fourth, Jonas Valanciunas.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
James checked in for Dillingham. Got that one up quick. Cheeks has got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, pass to Forbes. Here's Patton. Shot clock at 6. Valanciunas passes to Smalls. Rebounded by Bailey. New York leading by 5. And he lobs it up. And Flagg throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Pass to Castle. 1:19 left in the first quarter of the game. Smalls passes to Forbes. Trying to end the drought. Here's Castle. Boston again missing. For New York, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Pass to Patton. And here's Valanciunas. Turner covering. The jump hook, and it's in off the backboard. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint. Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special, and they pulled it off just right.
And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. Castle with it. Still scoreless. Offline with his three. Cheeks from outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's New York ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to... And you are back with us live as we bring you continuing coverage of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Cheeks outside. And slam dunk by Cheeks.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Pass to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Cheeks from outside. Drills it from outside. Cheeks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Posey kicks to Patton. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Forbes. It's rebounded by New York. Flag's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Forbes dishes to Valanciunas. Can't get it to drop. Made 3. Missed 2 from the field. And Flag throws it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here is Forbes, defended by Cheeks. To the inside. And now the Knicks on the break. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Flag throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Boston making a switch here. Castle's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Turner's checked in for Fleming. Inside, here's Valanciunas. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Valanciunas hits them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Forbes the pass to Patton. Here's Smalls. That's tipped. And so it's Cooper Flag making things happen for the New York Knicks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the New York Knicks.
When you have this many boards, you have many more opportunities to score, and they're taking advantage.
Yep, turning lemons into lemonade.
I'm thirsty.
Looking at how the Celtics are doing in this series, they're watching this series slip through their fingers. The first half, not the effort they were hoping. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. You look at Cooper Flagg in this game, he has been everywhere.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
Yeah, you know, I think he relishes the pressure, especially in a big game like this one. He really eats that stuff up.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. They've got Dillingham, Bailey out there with Flagg. Then it's Turner, and it's Cheeks in at the point.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Celtics shooting around 29% from the floor. A tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Pass to Forbes. Here's Castle. Valanciunas sets a screen for Castle. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 10 points in the game.
That's just textbook. Castle understands when to deliver the ball off that screen.
Here's Cheeks. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
For three, Forbes. The shot, no good. Launches a three. Cheeks, no good.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Forbes, the pass to Patton. Here's Castle. He has yet to score. Down low. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And every team loves getting a night like this out of their big man. Valanciunas is the biggest lion in the Serengeti.
New York, no good that time either.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's hauled in by Cheeks.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Flagg. Back to Cheeks. The three. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And finished off by Bailey.
You've got to be on exactly the same page to connect on that long of an alley-oop.
Yeah, and even then, it's a tough play.
I tell you what, guys, the pass and catch, both next to impossible.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Smalls passes to Valanciunas. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Patton. Just 5 to shoot. Forbes dishes to Valanciunas. Smalls. Off target from outside.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Back to Castle. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Cheeks has got 5 rebounds tonight. They get it back. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Them one on Castle. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
They're looking to attack and fence thin at this point.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
Pass to Posey. Buries the long-range jumper. Posey's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's how you move the ball, putting the defense in a really tough spot.
Castle against Cheeks. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, but just the second turnover of the game. I mean, overall, pretty meticulous offensively.
Yeah, I like what they're doing here, and that's really what it's all about. When you don't beat yourself, you become hard to beat.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Santi Aldama. And Rollins subbed in for Stephon Castle. Here's Payne. That will count. And so it's New York with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip, it's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, the Monster.
Game 4, Eastern Semifinals. The New York Knicks have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized, for their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the Boston Celtics. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
Welcome to 2K Sports and Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The playoff picture.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Now New York starting 5. Bailey out there with Flag. Then there's Dillingham. Then there's Miles Turner. And it's Cheeks in at the 1. Back to Forbes. Here's the 3. Kept alive. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, I think this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
And it's in there.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Back to Forbes. Castle outside. They set the pick. Clock at 6. And he goes in for the dunk.
Nice decision by Castle. I mean, this guy is a great teammate.
New York with the ball, and they've been looking very strong here in the postseason. Going undefeated now, 7 games in a row. Had a nice rest after round 1 and a chance tonight to close out and punch a ticket to the conference finals.
They are definitely playing excellent basketball, both sides of the ball. But as we've seen before, the closeout games are the toughest. They're in a commanding position, but tonight could be the toughest battle they've had so far.
That one falls.
You can tell Castle values the chance to set another guy up. He himself out there.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Driving inside, shrugs off the contact and dunks it home. He'll go to the line.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Castle. Valanciunas sets a screen. Castle on the wing. Castle on the wing. Valanciunas sets a screen. And the basket by Castle.
What a great start. They've only missed one thus far.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Cheeks. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
Castle outside. Pass to Forbes. Back to Castle. Nice ball movement by Boston. 5 on the clock. Here's Patton. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. The Knicks have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Cheeks with the bucket. Cheeks has got 12 points in the game.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
And first time out of the game called for Boston.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
And this is who's leading the charge when it comes to rebounding here in the postseason. Jonas Valanciunas, 4th.
His awareness around the rim has really been impressive lately. It's obvious he knows every possession is important in the playoffs.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Castle. Valanciunas sets a screen. Here's Posey. Back to Castle. Just 4 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Knicks leading by 4. Here's Cheeks. Off target with the 3. Here's Posey. Turner covers. Here's Hodges. Aldama, the pass to Morgan. And the shot no good. A bit short. 26 seconds left in the first. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by Hodges. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Boston shooting their first free throws of the evening. And he drops the first. And so he hits both.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Here's Cheeks. No good with the triple. Good if it goes. No good on the shot. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Knicks. They lead by a bucket. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. Happy to have you back with us for the Eastern Conference semifinals on 2K Sports. And from what we've seen, and a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Cheeks with the bucket.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Look, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Pass to Dermonenko. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Here's Webb. On the wing, Forbes. A minute 37 left to play in the first half. To the middle. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has gotten 4 this quarter.
This guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
Cheeks. Three-pointer, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And 1:01 left in the first half. Three-pointer. Offensive board. Here's Forbes. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Cheeks passes to Bailey. Here's Cheeks. He's got 15. Forbes with the rebound.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can. And now that's his second foul, so they're going to have to navigate that as this game progresses here in the next couple minutes.
There's 18 seconds left in the second period. And here's Castle. Pass to Forbes. Now Valanciunas. Nails it from 3. 5 points in the game.
Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
That'll do it for the first half. New York out in front, up 10. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And we
smooth operation. I wish every team played this intelligently.
Yeah, if you look at the shots they're getting, they obviously had a game.
Looking at how the Celtics are doing in this series. They're 0 for 3 in the series. Kenny, what should they do to stave off elimination?
They got to take a long look in the mirror.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. We've got Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Forbes in at the point. That's the Boston 5. Throws it up high. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Celtics trail by 12. Pass to Valanciunas. And Turner with the block.
Boy, Turner's such a strong rim protector. This guy has such a big-time impact on that end.
Here's Patton. 6 to shoot. Back to Valanciunas. And, yep, it's good. Valanciunas has got 8.
Well, terrific instincts from Jonas Valanciunas on the interior. This guy has improved in the low post every year.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
When Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
New York leading by 11. Here's Cheeks. 17 points in the game. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 12.
I'll tell you exactly the start to this half that you're looking for. He's taken 3 shots. He's made 3 shots.
Back to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
The Celtics have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Valanciunas sets a screen. Out left to the wing. Back to Forbes. Castle for 3. And it's Flagg with a rebound. Flagg's got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside, here's Turner. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Turner's gotten his first basket of the night. And Boston calls time here. So it's both teams making substitutions here. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Hodges. Here's Patton. Turner covers. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Bailey, the pass to Cheeks. Launches a 3 on target from range. Cheeks has got 7 points here in the quarter.
Boy, he's been so efficient in this one. That helps your team in so many ways when you can put it in the basket.
Pass to Patton. Now here's Castle. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Forbes. Shot clock at 6. Can they get it? Castle misses. New York leading by 19. And here's Flagg outside. Doesn't go that time.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Forbes from the arc. Again, the miss by Boston.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Cheeks with the bucket.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Boston has gotten nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Here's the pick. Down low. Here's Hodges. Uneasy, 2 on the layup.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
New York has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop. Here's Cheeks. Oh, a special move before that shot. Cheeks has got 11 in the second half.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Castle. beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And so it's the New York Knicks sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. More NBA. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And the New York Knicks will move on. It's a clean sweep. They have no issues winning the series. They're off to the conference finals.
And they're playing with such confidence. I think they might be playing the best basketball of anyone in the league. They're a force. They never gave up on themselves. Everyone gave 110%, and they slowly but surely fought their way back.
Time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson.
And here's Levens. Pass to Norris. And here's Levens. Now Hayes. Williamson with it. 6 to shoot. Back to Hayes. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. And that ties it up. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. So on the floor for Memphis. We've got time. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Thibault in at the 2. Pass to Howard. Now here's Levens. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead, and there's Williamson on the assist by Levens. Williamson's got 30 points.
After a rough first half, it's good to see him start to put the pieces together here.
Pass to Buzelis. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. Here's Levens. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Pass to Wembanyama. Now, here's Tom. In the corner, Lively with it. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. A three-pointer is right on target. And 11 points for Buzelis.
Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Williamson, the pass to Norris. Now Levens. post shot. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Wembanyama with it. To take the lead. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Williamson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The shot's good from Hayes.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And so the Oklahoma City Thunder take the series and will continue. They took the long road to get here, but they've done it. They're moving on to the conference finals, Greg, after a thrilling 7-game series and a win here in round 2.
And what a memorable series this was. So fitting that it came down to a Game 7, and now no rest for the weary. They've got to get right back to work.
It's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you've enjoyed our second round coverage of the NBA.